Why, hello there. It is a Tuesday, and I'm going to continue with my news and stonks, mainly because the rest of the world seems to be on fire. It doesn't make sense. You could have a person on live television slap a mofo, and nothing happens. Like I said, nothing makes sense anymore. That's about as much attention I want to give Will Smith and Chris Rock. It's very little as possible. It doesn't really affect my life. It's a bunch of rich people doing rich people things. That being said, I was on Twitter this morning and someone tweeted out a something. Let's see here if I can find the tweet. There we go. I found the tweet. So let me go ahead and stream. Now, this is from Balcom X, where there's so much volume and such a limited price action. Hashtag HYMC, AMC, GME, $HYME, $AMC, $GME. My response is, so you told me to buy 200 shares of this share, which is what I did. I bought this now. It's a blind purchase, don't get me wrong. No thought went into it. And of course, he responded, I did not. I'm glad you did. So what's so special about this? Seeing how I just blindly got it, AMC has significantly more ownership. They have completed ATM offering, and this user showed her where in. When it hit $3, it's very nice. So basically, no. So I'm not gonna go get into the sexual aspects of it. Although this is pretty much what the meme stocks have turned into. They've turned something into something sexualized, which for good or bad, it doesn't really matter. It will drive certain decisions. But of course, this is the Hycroft Mining Holding Corporation. Like I said, I do own 200 shares of it. It did go up. I think I made $7 for the day. We'll get into that a little bit later. Here is the calendar for 1 year out. If it wasn't for me just getting onto the train, I probably wouldn't have bought this. Let's see here. What's the $3? I'm not $3, but the 3 years. Just based alone on the 3 years alone, it's not really a good solid buy. It's underperforming. I think last time I checked this, it was outperforming, but it really doesn't really matter because we're gonna go over this. The news. Let's see here. Anything worth it in the news? Not really. We're going to do the charts. I mean, it's gotten some traction. I mean, that's what used to be like $15 was the highest back in the day. Doesn't really matter. It looks like it started at around 2018. It was pretty stagnating, slightly going up, and then it skyrocketed, then cratered, then cratered, then cratered, then cratered, then cratered, and now it's still cratering. Like I said, it's not really a good investment, but I'm going to see what it's all about. So it looks like it's a new one. Let's see here, earnings. Let's see here, earnings. It looks like it's a little bit negative. Looks like the negative is actually starting to turn into a positive. So it's turning around the companies, which is unconfirmed March 31st, which is a couple of days actually, which is pretty interesting. So like here, I think this is right here. Took on a bunch of, it says surprising positive surprise, which is -3, which is good. I don't know what any of this means, but it looks like they're getting their debt in the handle. Under fundamentals, company's name, Hycroft Mining Holding Corporation is a gold and silver producer. Don't really produce, you mine, but that's okay. You refine it. The company is engaged in operation, development, exploitation activities of Hycroft Mine. The company Hycroft Mine is a open pit heap leach operation. Not very environmental friendly, if I understand what that means. The company's Hycroft mining, located approximately 54 miles west of Wimakuka, Nevada. So it's local. Company covers approximately 70,671 acres of patented and unpatented claims. The Minecraft is located in the western flank of the Kama Mountains. Can you get about 20 acres of that? I mean, I want to be, of course, upstream. I mean, I wouldn't mind living there. Let's see here. Price change. Like I mentioned before, it looks like it got up to 15 and just kind of cratered and cratered and cratered. Now, this was 2020, so a lot of that not really leading up to COVID, but maybe the election, maybe fears of Joe Biden getting elected. But it is starting to go up now. Companies do this. So let's see here. The short interest is 11 million. Previous month was 332K. Percentage of float is 8%. Now this is back in March. Well, this month. The float is 106.6 million. Shares outstanding, which is at 107.2 million. Institutions holding shares, which is 41. Held by institution, which is really high, which is 66.10%, which means if they're holding them, they may be short selling them. So if we could actually buy up all the shares, all the available shares, we can see this skyrocketed. Let's see here. Company officers, Diane Reen Garrett. Yeah, none of this really makes sense to me. Not necessarily it doesn't make sense. It's just I don't really care that much. But we will click on their website because, anytime they offer us a website, I just want to see how polished or janky it is. Of course, you get the valuation. Actually, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it seems like it's a solid. Looks like it's not really losing too much money, so it's not like a money pit. Let's see here, evaluation. None of that makes sense. Of course, the calendar. Earnings per actual share. I mean, I've seen worse. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it looks like it's about to make a profit. And that's the thing. It looks like it's a newer company that just came out. Of course, everyone's going to say sell, decline. I mean, we'll see where it's at. It's not the worst decision I made. There's no pure information. And of course, we got the security filing, which is negative, which is not great, but as you can see, I mean, it got started in 2019, which is about 3 years out, which isn't too bad, to be honest. If I'm going to say that. Of course, I'm not going to look at any of these. Let's see how polished of a site this is. I mean, it's kind of mid 2000s look to it. Upcoming, expected to file the 2021 annual report, Form 10K. We're extremely pleased with this successful financing, which places the company on solid footing. Advance the Hycroft mine is well opening in addition opportunities for the company, thanks to a significant timely equity privately placement announced on March 15th, 2022 with Eric Sprott and AMC Entertainment, combined with the ATM Equality Program to be completed today with our financial position. A significant strengthens to allow us to reduce our debt and extend the repayment to 2027, raising gross cash process to 194.4 million, changes the dynamics of the company, expanding our ability to property and diligently developed the Hycroft mine, including a robust exploratory program to further unlock value of the world's class asset. We welcome our new shareholders to the company and look forward to updating you with the ongoing development. It's interesting. So it looks like AMC as a part of it, investors, press release. No, don't really care. I mean, it's not a terrible website, although it is taking kind of a long time to load this. And I got decent internet. I'm in Austin. I'm not saying it's the best internet, but it's definitely decent. I mean, it's interesting. High grade silver vortex drilling. Uh, corporate responsibility, code of conduct. Pretty much probably going to say the same gibberish that every company says. So it's not a terrible website. So let's go to my positions. Like I said, I do own 200. It did make $7 in profit, which is my $7 of gain. Of course, Intel is a gift that keeps on giving. I stopped buying Intel because it got too expensive for the dividends. Um, see, where did AMC? AMC did hit 30 and just kind of went down to 29. I was like, just kidding. So I did held on to a lot of the profits I made yesterday, which isn't too bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, because it's in the long game, ape strong, ape nation. So I think if you were interested in buying this, it's only $2.63, even though it keeps on fluctuating with the after hours. I think it's going to be a solid. Actually, went down to $5 profit, which isn't too bad. If it goes up to like 10, I'll be ecstatic. It may take, a couple months, maybe a year or 2 years to get it up to 10, which would be pretty awesome, which would be about 20,000, I think. Oh no. I gotta do some, I'm terrible with math. Yeah, it'd be about 4,000 if it goes up to 20, which isn't terrible. I mean, it could definitely go up a lot higher. Um, which, it could. Um, it definitely could go up to 30. Actually, that was for 20. I did that. Let's see. I know I'm not sharing my calculator. It'll be 2,000. That's right. It'll be 2,000 if it goes up to $10, which isn't too bad. That's turning 5,000 into 2,000. But like I said, it may take a couple of years, and who knows? They may do dividends down the road. But we shall see. We should see. We should take a look at this company and see if it's the right investment. But do not buy this because I said to buy it. Do not buy it because it's tied to AMC. Buy it because you've done your own homework and you understand the risks involved. Because I did buy a gas company which was in a similar boat as this, but I think they were trying to dig a well, and it turns out it was an empty well. And that company pretty much went belly up. I ended up selling it. I just lost it. I think I did 1,000, and then I think I sold it for 80. So you can lose money in the stock market. Make sure you're making the informed decisions. Or you could just hop onto the meme train. Chances are you're probably be making money if you're up on your meme game. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. You have to make the educated decision. Like I always tell people, do not invest more than you're willing to lose. And this is why this is my YOLO play money. Because this is money I am willing to lose. I could lose this account tomorrow. I won't even it would suck, don't get me wrong, but it won't affect my day life because I pretty much stick this in here, 200 every 2 weeks, and I just ignore it, buy some shares, and ignore it, and I just check on it, see how it's doing. Don't get me wrong, it's been a bumpy ride. Let's see here, go to main overcount view. Like I said, it's been a bumpy ride. It was almost a year ago at 55. Yeah, June 2nd was 55, almost 56K. And it was a good moment. And like I said, it's been pretty bumpy. I mean, if I probably scroll this out for like 15 years, it'll probably flatten out. And these bumps will just be like a straight line. It'll probably look something like this right here, which is cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. But yeah, keep an eye out on it and never invest more than you're willing to lose at that particular time. That's my only advice. Leave a comment down below. Do you think this is a good company? Do you want to see more videos like this? Even though it's not really the more well put out, it's just me reading what's on TD Ameritrade. Do you like this type of a video? Let me know down below. And also, don't forget to smash and like the subscribe button. But most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.